He said you're the best golfer.
I'd say he's the best golfer. You know, this is Coach Speak Media Day, right?
Yeah.
He's the best golfer.
Yeah.
He says I'm the best golfer.
You respect your opponent.
And the truth of it, yeah, that's right. You respect your opponent. Truth of it, neither was there any good. In the big scheme of things, we like to think we are, but we like having fun. We're actually writing about it specifically of just through the course of vacation and being around and our passion, our love for golf. We've been able to connect, relationally on the golf course quite a bit, and it's been really good for our relationship. It's been fun times.
How excited are you for Sam?
Out of the way.
Yeah.
How's fall camp looking for you?
Well, it's looking like it's coming around the corner.
What are you excited about?
Well, I'm just excited about getting back and being with them on a non-regulated basis. You know, we've been around our players and had some time with them, but it's been very, sectionalized and compartmentalized, and to be able to get back and have unlimited time with meetings and on the field, we've got a lot of work to do, and so that's the part I'm looking most forward to, is just getting in a flow on a day in and day out teaching, recall, push, install, all those types of things that requires you to get ready for your first game.
Brett confirmed the 2 wide receiver transfer additions. What stands out? Like, what did you guys see on film that'd be a good fit here?
Well, I think maturity. I think that's probably the obvious answer for both of them. They both had, are older and guys that had a lot of experience in playing, football games. And, it's probably something that if you just looked at our roster overall, that maybe we were a little bit short on. And so when we looked to maybe supplement our roster in general at that position, we probably erred towards the side of guys that are a little bit more mature. And so we're anxious to see those guys and see what they can do. And I'll tell you, the guys that were here with us in the spring, you can tell that they've worked hard on throwing and catching. And I'm pleased with what they did over the summertime, and now it's time to go to work.
Does it feel like a lot of those wide receiver positions are up for grabs?
I think all of our positions are up for grabs, I mean, that's the way you got to function on a daily basis. Running back, quarterback, offensive lineman. I mean, you got to have competition, and that's the one position that just organically you can afford to play more guys, because of the nature of the way they run, and especially when you're trying to push the pace a little bit. So, depth is something that we always are looking to add, and quality depth and competition, and so it'll all end up shaking itself out, over the course of time. It always does. This time of year, there's always speculation, and even the coaches to some degree have a speculation on how it's going to unfold, and ultimately it unfolds itself on the field through repetitions, and it'll happen at that position.
I guess now that you're in fall camp, what's sort of the next step for you guys in that offensive installation process?
Well, we're starting over. I mean, really. I mean, it's like, so that was, to me in my mind, like the spring was like bonus. Like, okay, this first round to teach and, kind of gather information, and now let's come back to work and start over on the building blocks of the offense and do a new clean install. And we'll kind of just start over again and kind of go through the same gamut we did in the spring. But obviously with a whole lot more of a background and understanding, and we can do that with a little bit more, urgency, and maybe press that a little bit as far as their learning curve.
Is there anything date-wise you can give us on post-surgery art? Because we've only seen him pre-surgery.
Yeah, I mean, he's, I don't know a lot about pre-surgery art. Y'all know more about pre-surgery art than I do, and I know more about post-surgery art than you do. Right. So who wins that battle? I don't know. I think I do, personally.
So back to my question,
yeah.
Post-surgery art that I've never gotten to see.
That's right.
Your
well, I think I think he's feeling good. That's the thing. That's important. He's feeling good, but because he's cleaned up. I think he knew maybe there were some things lingering there that he couldn't put his finger on, and then then the surgery revealed that maybe there were some more issues there that he was tuned into, and so I think his recovery, the way he attacked it, you can see the energy and the enthusiasm he has with being fresh and healthy. And the few times I've been around him, he's throwing the ball well. He looks strong, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in camp.
Barry, just to start this process and be a month away from a game, what's your feeling right now going into training camp?
Well, it's starting to feel that way. Media days, people are starting to talk about football. Obviously, these golf events usually indicate that it's coming around the corner. Usually the weather's some indicator that it is. Today we kind of got a false read on that. If you didn't know any better, you think we were about to go into spring football, right? Based on the weather today, but it's that time of year, and it's what as a coach and as a player, as a fan, this is the time of year that you don't live for. As a coach and player, you do. I mean, this is why you work all year round for what's looming a month away from now, and so. As excited as I am about that, and we all are, we also all know that there's a lot of work to be done between now and then.
Your thoughts on USC, UCLA? future Big Ten
Boy,
players?
I don't know if I can think much about that, to be honest with you. You know, obviously I was blindsided like everybody was when that news leaked out. I hadn't really given it a whole lot of thought because our focus is on 2022. Is that right? Is that 2022? It is, right? It's not
For now.
Yeah, 2022. Our focus is now. And however that plays itself out, you know, the bottom line is, I think we've all learned this, that college football on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, the landscape is shifting in all categories. And so I think any curveball that's thrown at us, any new change, nothing's going to be surprised. You got to take it in stride and take what they give you.
Looks like you've been able to maybe get ahead of evaluating quarterbacks in future classes. What's been maybe the process of getting a chance to work ahead a little bit and start looking at some of these guys early?
Well, I don't think we're ever going to be like, you know, maybe as, you know, crazily, not crazily, but just like super aggressive, you know, going forward, just in general, just philosophically, you know, we want to be evaluators and take our time and see guys in person, all those types of things. So there's a balance there, but we certainly, within proximity, want to, and if there's relationships there, we want to be able to get involved with guys earlier and kind of show that we believe in their talents and put an offer out there and see where the relationship goes. And so it's just the way it works now, you know.
So wrap up, Coach Lunney. One more if anybody needs it.
Golf question.
Let him go hit some
for- for-
drivers.